Today, I'll be talking about a recurring behavior that shows me that there is someone who evaluates each and every single situation that I'm in to design a mentality for people to speak to me anyhow. So, the first time that someone that I usually talk to in school talk about my height is in 11th grade. So, I had this friend who was in 12th grade at the time. I was in 11th. I wasn't supposed to be 11th. I was supposed to be a freshman in college at the time. So this kid, he said he's from New Zealand. And I would always interact with him during the time during lunchtime, and we would always talk. He was the only person that I talked to at lunch. Might as well say that every single day I go to lunch. And before before you enter into the lunchroom, you need a program card because there's too many kids skipping their classes just to go to lunch. So this is why there's a lady who actually guards, or you could say she's a security. Might as well call her a security for lunch, the lunchroom, and she always makes sure that the kids going to lunch at the right time and making sure that they're not skipping out any classes. So we just wait in a line because since I arrived early, I had to wait on line. So I saw the kid, the New Zealand kid. So this takes place in New York City because I went to high school in Hillcrest. I went to Hillcrest High School. So he started speaking to me. All of a sudden, he started talking about my height. I'm like, what does my height have to do with anything? He said to me, if he's taller than me, then I said, what? And then he just stops talking. Strange. There's another time that this happened. This was the next following year when I was in 12th grade. So this kid that I know is Guyanese, and he was in my previous class for last year. He was in my social studies class, and I would always sit with him and another Guyanese kid. Now this takes place in 2010, going on to 2011. So the school always makes sure that the kids have gym, but this is kind of strange. Even though we had gym at the same time, the 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 people usually be in the gym. The gym teacher would be in the gym. There's no one in the gym at that time, even though we were early. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, he asked me if he's taller than me. I'm saying, why is it? It's not the good. I said to myself, it's not really a good time to even talk about who's taller than who when we had to attend the gym class because this is the most important class. Without gym, you wouldn't be able to pass on, or rather than pass on, you wouldn't be able to graduate high school. And we were. It seems that we were really at loss about where the gym is located, or you could say gym teacher is located at. So I'm saying to myself, why is this guy talking about height? Why, if he's taller than me, it's kind of unusual for a person to say such thing like this during this time of this day. It's not like we're playing sports. See, the situation is the way the person think at that time is mismatched. It shows me that he never had any intention to say that, as if someone had created that mentality or say designed that mentality for him. It was another time that someone brought up about my height, and all of these occurrences happened the same year when I was living with my father. This takes place during fall 2011. My father behaved very unusual this at that particular time because when he walks, he usually don't walk into the string. Right, there usually be on the ceiling. There's a fan attached to the ceiling, and there usually be a string so you can put on the fan or you can put on the light. And my father usually do not walk into the string, but it seems like for that exact time he walks into the string, and I wanted to do something. I think I needed to use the bathroom, and I didn't get to hit the string. I didn't hit the string, even though I passed. Right, there's a difference. Then all of a sudden he just stopped me and he said, "Andrew, are we the same height?" He's impl- he's not too sure if you're the same height. He's saying if you're the same height. Well, from what I was getting, he's implying if he's taller than me. But why is he stopping me and I'm trying to go to the bathroom? Stopping me just to say this one little response, and then he just went to his went to his room and that's it. I'm like, what is going on? A lot of unusual responses and behavior from people during the year of 2011 for me, besides Ombi. A lot of a lot of crazy stuff started happening. Like for instance, when I was living with my aunt, my cousin called a knife. I mean, called a my cousin called the police officer saying I have a knife. A lot of weird stuff started going on, man. Stupid. It was another time that this behavior was shown, even though I don't know the stranger. The stranger never talked to me. This was in Tampa, Florida. Me and my mom was walking in Tampa, Florida. We was across the street from some sort of quick speed gas station, and there was a branch that was very low. And this gentleman didn't decide to go walk walk across the branch. Instead, he just bent his head really low. He didn't walk across it like a normal human being. If you're tall, you wouldn't walk under it because it would be so much trouble. Instead, he walked really under it and he just duck under it. While as I walked through it, I just walked through it. I didn't duck my head. And the body language that I was reading at that time is to intimidate me, right? What does this message mean? When I looked at him, I was intimidated. I do not know why. Because I was I was put in a previous situation like how this guy did to me at that time, how he's exhibiting this behavior without being aware, right? While he duck his head under the tree instead of going around. The mind, it shows you the mind at that time. As long as you're able to describe the behavior and the time and and the time and situation, you're able to give context out to people where they're able to explain to them how it's mismatched, right? Once you're able to verify that it's mismatched, you're able to show that the intention from this person is not his intention, that it was the mind that the AI designed for him. So he can show me that he's taller than me and I'm not. That I'm just like 5'11" or 6 wearing size 16 shoes. It wants to intimidate me. There's another time where it did that to me in time before that. My aunt. My aunt all of a sudden started picking on a lamp that was tall like the door. She would talk about her son, Michelo. She said that her son, Michelo, is in jail for selling drugs. And he's tall like this lamp. There was another time where she talked about height. During the first 2 weeks, me and my mom and sister started living with the family during October of 2014. That's the time where she said that I was trying to put her fist on her face, where that's not true. She's exaggerating so she can start a problem there, so she can find a reason to move me out of that location because she heard from a previous family that I was exhibiting behavior the way they had thought of, which is incorrect. It's only used the only reason why they're saying that so is so I won't be around them, so I won't have anyone to socially support me as a human being. So all of a sudden she just started. So when she see me standing, right, I know I stand really weird due to my legs. My legs are not the same height. I don't have the same size. I mean, my both of my legs are not the same size. I have one leg shorter than the other, and it's really difficult for me to stand. So I just stand, and then she just started exaggerating. She said, "Why you putting your why are you standing up like that? Yeah, you think you're better than me, huh? Yeah, Michelle is taller than you." She just blurted that out. What does that have to do with anything? You see what I'm saying? There's another time where she did this before, exhibit this behavior, but this is with my cousin friend. My cousin owned the apartment, or I mean, not own, rent the apartment that we're living in, and she has a friend who wears high heels. All of a sudden, my aunt Denise said to the girl in front of me, or the lady, she said, "Wow, you tall like the door. You taller than the door. You might as well. You're taller than my son, Mishlo." And it directs message at me, and it keeps going. You see how this pattern keep going, right? It's reoccurring. This behavior is shown again to me. There was another time where this person that I know, who is my aunt, named Denise, talked about height again. Besides, besides the lamp, besides Shanika friend, she was so focused on height. Do not know why at the time, but as I started getting the dreams, I said to myself, I think I figured it out. Someone's trying to intimidate me from writing on the internet by making people talk about my height. I don't, I, I don't think I really remember the third one, but there was a third time where she did this. I usually write down my experiences on a calendar, but it's been removed. My my, my device had my device said it was an error on my screen. Everything was removed from my device. Everything, all my devices that I had during that time got destroyed. My laptop, uh, I might as well say my laptops. No matter, two laptops, both of them got destroyed. They stopped working no more. that it didn't work no more. But everything was fixated on my height. Besides my aunt, there was more to it. When I was in Palm Hotel, living there, during the morning time, I would have a dream. There would be tall people to the ceiling that has their heads touch the ceiling, and as if someone just tried to squeeze them in. There would be another time. There would be these tall people walking under walking under the freeway. It kept happening over and over. There would be another time where I had a dream where a person was taller than me, and they said something about 180 something. They just said I think 81. It was just weird. A lot of weird stuff started happening, man, and I couldn't even keep up with. And to happen in New York City, it's even worse. It's it's an environment where people are socially incompetent because they're not self-governed. Remember that. It's really distracting. They're they're good at distracting me and keeping me occupied, so I won't be able to concentrate on my what I'm supposed to be doing. So that's pretty much it for this video. I tried doing this video even though I'm tired and I'm not getting much sleep. It's not it shouldn't be like this. My voice feels so tired no matter what I do, what I say, or what method I try. I, my sleep is ruined for life. It's done. They broke my sleep, and it broke the way people interact with me. It's all broken.